Why did the fisherman put peanut butter on his hook?
Why?
So he could catch the jellyfish.
Hungry Squared, bringing you the best food talk anywhere.
Welcome to Hungry Squared Podcast, where the brain and belly meet. I'm Sharon from the Wasatch Cooking Guide.
And I'm Winter from the redparty.com. This week, we are talking about kitchen tools.
What?
Right? Let's talk about it.
Hungry Squared, yeah, Hungry Squared.
Sharon, how's your week been? Did you eat anything fun this week?
Well, I did eat some good stuff this week. I had a fish taco from Lone Star Taqueria.
Oh, I love me some Lone Star Taqueria.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But the most notable thing I ate this week was not a food product.
Excuse me?
The most notable thing I ate this week was some candle wax.
I don't think you should be doing that.
No, but I chipped my tooth.
Oh.
Tonight, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And Winter's husband, Leland, was so kind as to put some melted candle wax on the tooth so that it wouldn't catch so much on things.
And there may have been additional wax that is in Sharon's mouth just because it just dribbled.
Right, there might be.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if candles that you buy at the store, actually I am sure that they are not fit for human consumption. But maybe it's like dog and cat food. You know how they made that law that like it has to be, if you sell it in the grocery store, like the animal food, it has to be fit for human consumption.
Yeah.
Just in case like your kid starts eating it or
the candle.
Maybe you have to put it in your emergency 72-hour kit. Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, think about it. It's
so probably
wax.
I won't die from eating
No,
the
I don't think you will. I don't think you will. It's just wax, right? And maybe some perfume.
It does taste like flowers.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
Yeah. So.
At least you're not a snaggletooth right now.
No, I am not.
Well, let's call it a win then. Non-food eating.
Yes.
Wax.
So yeah, that happened.
Good work.
What'd you eat this week?
Well, definitely not that. Yeah. So, I think this is the episode that we talk about Lee because he made this lovely, we're kind of getting into the good summery season and all the good things that come of the summer. So peaches are starting to become in season.
Peaches.
And some tomatoes. I know it's a little early for tomatoes, but really, like, you can find some decent tomatoes now. Like, it's not like in the middle of the winter. So Lee makes this. It's so good. It's a peach tomato basil salad. And so the cool thing is that there's no salad dressing per se. There kind of is. He makes this concoction of olive oil, balsamic, salt, pepper, shallots, and yeah, that's basically it. And then he cuts the tomatoes in wedges and puts it into that mixture. And the salt brings out the tomato juice in a sense. So it's kind of this tomato juice slurry.
Yeah.
And then you pour it over your salad and it's delicious.
Yum.
And then he added a little something, he grilled up a ribeye steak and cut up some pieces for our salad. And it was lovely.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. And yeah, it's got pistachios and chev. So it's just a lovely, lovely salad and it's perfect for the season. So we might have to put that on the show notes because it's just so dang good.
Yum.
You should make it yourself. I'm just saying, people, it's easy. You got this.
Yum.
Yeah, it was really lovely.
And now for the main course.
Okay, well, let's get down to the topic at hand. Tools?
Kitchen tools. Okay, so I brought this up because issues with our garlic press.
Oh?
Yeah. So we were gifted an OXO garlic press many, many years ago when we got married. It was lovely. We love it. We love that garlic press.
I love my garlic press.
Do
I
you?
think I've had my garlic press for like, I don't even know, 10 years,
That's pretty good.
something like that. It's a great garlic press.
So I love the OXO garlic press, and we're talking a little bit today about kitchen tool design, because I feel like there are some really awesome, well-designed kitchen tools, but then there's other ones that are terrible.
Yeah.
So I love this OXO garlic press because of the fact that, you know how garlic gets stuck within the holes,
Oh, yeah.
and you
it's
can't get it
terrible.
out. The nice thing about the OXO garlic press is that it has that comb, kind of that little comb thing to push it out on the back end of the other side of the handle. So you just flip it around and it pushes it out.
Nice.
Cleans it out really easily. It's pretty sleek design. Like the feel of it. It's pretty heavy. The only drawback that I did not like was the fact that the handles, and I can see why they designed it this way, because they wanted people to have good grip, but there's silicone handles over this metal body, right? So you have
okay.
good grip, and you can, give it a good smash, get your garlic, get what you need, and then get out. So,
Right.
However, the silicone has started to loosen, I guess, over time.
Yeah.
So when you put it in the dishwasher, those handles would fill up with water.
Ew.
Yeah. And sometimes
you can't clean that.
No.
That's gross.
So and then you would move it a certain way, and then all this water, a fourth a cup of water would come out.
Oh, that's gross.
That's a lot of water.
That's a lot of water when you're cooking. A lot of soapy, nasty dishwasher
that you may not
grossness.
that you may not have realized until,
and that may not want to go into your recipe.
Exactly. Well, generally we were so after a while, Lee started pulling off the silicone handles because they had loosened up so much. So he just pulled those off and stick them back in. And then after a while, we just misplaced the handles because they're apart from the garlic press. And so
was it still usable?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not as comfortable because the metal body, which is not covered by those silicone handles anymore, they're just kind of a frame.
Mm.
So they were not comfortable to smash the garlic,
Gotcha.
on the handle portion. So we retired that. And so we've been in search of a good garlic press. And we have been, besides that one, we've been through 2 garlic presses, and we've been disappointed. It's disappointing when you don't have a well-designed tool that needs to do what it does and not get in the way and be simple and cleans up well and that type of thing. So, but you said you've had yours for 10 years. So tell me about it. Why have you kept it for 10 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it
what's
goes
so
in
great
the
about
top
it?
Rack of the dishwasher. Mine's all metal, so it doesn't have the silicone grips or anything like that. But I still feel like the handles are strong and comfortable at the same time, enough to grip it, and you can give it a good squeeze, and the garlic comes out really well. You don't have to peel the garlic clove before you put it in the press.
Oh, you don't?
You just put it in there whole, and then it just peels and presses it. And then it's got the comb thing that attaches to the inside of the handle, so the comb is removable, and it is a small part, so you could lose it. I've just never lost mine because it's pretty handy. I mean, it just attaches right onto it, and it doesn't fall off or anything like that.
Just clean it out right after.
Yeah, mine's a Pampered Chef garlic press.
I have another friend who swears by the Pampered Chef garlic press. Swears by it.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good product. I actually looked on Amazon though, and there are several garlic presses. There's 2 in particular that are almost just like it. Yeah, their handles are shaped just slightly differently, but I mean, still looks like it would be a comfortable product to use. So, but I mean, they're not identical, but super really close.
So
and they're both under $20.
I'm going to be completely honest. I think I probably would lose that little comb if it wasn't attached to the garlic press.
Yeah. I thought I would too. I mean, I've had it for 10 years, and I'd say 6 of those 10 I've lived with other people who have been using my garlic press too. And thankfully we have not lost it.
That's impressive actually, that it's not been lost and you've had roommates or whatever,
Yeah. I mean, no little kids in the house, and little kids kind of change things up too.
Yeah.
But
Lucy would probably take that and comb her hair with it.
Possibly, but you would know, you just follow the garlic smell. You would know where it's at.
That's our child. And her hair smells like garlic.
Yes. But yeah, I like my garlic press. I would say though that's probably the garlic press is very possibly the only unitasker that I have in my kitchen.
Unitasker. Let's talk about that. A kitchen tool that only does one task, like it's built to do one thing.
Right.
Okay.
But my garlic press, I have also used it for ginger.
Oh.
I keep ginger in the freezer.
Uh-huh.
And if you
That's a good idea, by the
Yeah.
way. That's a really good idea.
It does kind of dehydrate and shrivel just a teensy bit. Because I don't use ginger a ton. And so I get a knob of ginger.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually only, for the recipes that I make, only need like an inch or two of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I could get that much maybe at the store, depending on the size of your ginger and what breaks off.
Right.
But I just keep a thing of it and throw it in the freezer. But I don't wrap it up or anything. I just put it in the freezer.
Oh, really?
And maybe I should be wrapping it up because it would last longer. But I mean, I seriously keep it in there for a couple months. And I just chop off a little chunk of it. And it kind of, it freezes, so it's solid. But then after it's been out for a little bit, it softens up. And it's a little bit softer than normal.
Oh, okay.
When it thaws back to room temperature. And I'm able to put that through the garlic press.
That's pretty good. Does that clean up okay? Because there's a lot more hairy fibers, I would say.
Yeah, it's a lot more fibrous.
Yeah.
But yeah, the comb for my garlic press is able to just
To get it out as well. Yeah. Interesting. How long are the comb teeth?
they're longer than the holes
Okay.
in the press.
So I think that's well designed then.
Yeah.
So so another thing that happened to us in the last couple of years, this is just a little bit of a backstory. So I follow a blog called Apartment Therapy, and every year in January they have something called the January Cure,
Which is awesome.
It's totally awesome. If you can get a chance to try it out, it's like super fun because they give you in January they give you a month of tasks to do. Every single day. It's not anything huge or big. It's pretty fun, actually. So every day you look forward to the task and you do it and you're like, yeah, you give yourself a high five. You buy yourself some flowers on the weekend. It's pretty fun, actually. But one of the things that has happened to us during this January Cure is, I think there was one time we had to go through all of our kitchen tools and kitchen appliances and other sundry pots and pans and stuff. And Lee and I came to the revelation that we were bound to only keep the things that were multitaskers.
Oh, so did you get rid of all
We
of
got
stuff?
rid of a ton of stuff. Like I got rid of our waffle maker because we don't make waffles.
I know some people can call that a multitasker because they'll make sandwiches in it.
Right.
Or I've seen people cook meat in a waffle iron. They use it like a George Foreman grill.
Who are you hanging out with?
I don't know. Dudes. I think dudes do that. They use it like a George Foreman grill because George Foreman grill and a waffle iron are two different things, but it's kind of the same thing.
Kind of the same thing. You're right.
So why pay for a grease catcher when you've got all those tiny little things built in? I don't know. I would imagine it gets really gross.
I can imagine, but gosh, that would get really well seasoned.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, so we got rid of a ton of stuff like that. We were like, we are never going to use this. And so but as I've been thinking about this topic, I've been puzzled because we got rid of a ton of stuff, but I actually still have a couple of unitaskers.
So besides
our
your
kitchen.
garlic press, what else do you have that's a unitasker?
So we purchased at one point in time a Chinese hot pot.
I love your hot pot.
It's
Is that redundant?
I'm not sure. I'm just gonna
the
say
dish that you use to make hot pot.
yeah,
with.
it's an electric one. It's lovely. It's got a nice handle. A nice lid. It has a divider, so you could actually do like a vegetarian side and a non-vegetarian side.
Well, it's cool because you could do like, this is gluten-free and that's nice.
Yeah. So I would say, so this is, let me kind of tell you what we use it for. We generally have a Chinese New Year party because I'm Chinese and we need to celebrate that. So, and hot pot is actually great for entertaining a lot of people, and it's fun, and people like sticking in the raw vegetables and the raw meat into the broth, and they like watching it cook, and then they fish it out.
Oh yeah, you totally socialize over it. I've done it many a time.
Yeah, it's super fun.
It's fun.
And so, we probably pull it out like twice a year. Once for the Chinese New Year party, and once for probably just when Lee and I are craving hot pot and we don't really want to cook. We can just let the hot pot do its thing. I need to stop saying that, but it just is fun to say. Hot pot.
So can you do fondue in that too?
Yeah, you probably could. But it's a little bit larger than like a fondue.
Yeah, it's way
pot.
larger than your typical like party fondue pots.
Right.
But I'm just wondering if you could,
Yeah, I guess you could, if you wanted to do a pretty good size like cheese sauce type of a deal,
Yeah.
I think you could totally do it on the one side. And then the other side, maybe you could set up some chocolate fondue.
Yeah.
Something like that. So I was really kind of bugged about this. The fact that I had some unitaskers in my kitchen. So Sharon, I came up with a Venn diagram.
Oh, excellent.
I know it's totally nerdy, but I was like, I was like, how am I justifying my unitaskers, and also why have I thrown away some of my multitaskers?
Yeah.
Right? Because there's some multitaskers that are kind of crap.
Yeah.
In my book.
There's some that I don't like.
Like what?
Yeah.
Are there any that you have thrown away yourself?
I have thrown away many a can opener.
Oh.
Because, can openers, they've got the bottle opener on it. It's a can opener.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 3-in-1. It'll do your hair for you in the morning, like whatever. But I have gotten rid of many a can opener in my time.
Do you generally just use it for the can opening portion?
Yes.
That's me too.
Yes. Actually, I do use the bottle opener.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm. So I use the can opener because it's just that little hook on the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like the manual can openers. I don't like the electric can openers.
Oh, yeah. I can't figure those out. I'm not that smart.
Yeah, it's hard. And yeah, I'm not into it. So I like the manual can openers the best. And yeah, I do use the little bottle cap opener on the side of them. Comes in quite handy.
I'm sure
Parties and things like that.
Yeah. Pull out the can opener.
Yeah. Because I also have a separate bottle opener that also has I guess you'd call it like a church key on the other side. Oh, yeah.
The really sharp.
Yeah, the sharp arrow point kind of thing. Because the church key is handy for certain types of cans and things like that.
Sweetened condensed milk.
Yes.
I don't know why I always open it that way.
Peaches.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
To drain some juice off.
Oh, yeah. Before.
That kind of thing.
That's smart, actually.
Yeah. It keeps it a little cleaner than just opening the can a little bit and going that way. Anyway.
Interesting. So, so a Venn diagram, I don't know if I'm using it in the right way, but you guys have probably all seen it. It's like
it's
circle.
The intersecting circles.
Yeah, the intersecting circle is a perfect way of putting it. So I created one. I was like, okay, I'm going to create a Venn diagram for why I have the kitchen tools I do in our kitchen at this present time. One of the circles is frequency of use.
Yeah.
How often am I pulling this thing out and using it? So that's how I got rid of a ton of stuff, because there was some stuff that I did not pull out at all. And then the next circle is convenience in the specified task or tasks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, the hot pot, sure, it only does one thing, but it's dang good at what it does. Like, I would have to be super creative to come up with some sort of other situation where I could put a pot that was boiling on my table so people could stand around it to put food into it.
Right.
I just don't think I could do that. Like, it just wouldn't work around my stove.
Yeah, it's not the same. Because only a lot of people are able to crowd around the hot pot.
Right.
When it's on the table, especially. I mean, you can have like 10 people seriously around that. But at the stove, like when you have a regular range like that, really only about 3 people
Yeah.
can gather around it.
Yeah. It would not be as fun. So, and kind of, well, I guess this maybe overlaps a little, but even though there's these specified tasks that it's assigned to do, that it was made to do, does it do what you need it to do? Like, does it fit how you eat or prepare food or whatever? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Does it fit the way that you use it?
Yeah. Like in your life, not just what it was designed to do, but does it fit into your life? So I know that there's like people love the hand stick blender thing.
Mm-hmm. The immersion blenders.
The immersion blenders. I think I'm going to give that away. Do you want it?
You actually gave me an immersion blender.
What? Oh yeah, that's
Was it
right.
a year ago?
Yeah,
2 years
for your
ago?
birthday. I
Yeah,
think.
and I love it. I had one, which was super funny. So I had 2 then because I had just gotten one like 6 months before for Christmas. And it was one that was like a nice brand name, really nice. It was cute. It was pink. The stick was really long, actually, a little bit longer than the one that
The
I
usual.
have, but it just didn't have any power.
Oh, see.
The one that you gave me has a much better motor and the blades are sharper.
Oh,
So I gifted the one that I had to a friend.
That's
And so
really
now I
nice.
have this awesome immersion blender.
oh, good. I'm glad you like
And
it.
I think of you when I use it.
Oh yes.
So when I make soup and when I make hummus and stuff like that.
So like I said, I have this immersion blender, and I know people use it for multiple things, many things. It's a multitasker, right?
Right.
It doesn't fit into our life, like because of the way we eat. Like I don't think we make soup that much.
Oh, yeah.
We make it in the wintertime, and it's usually because I'm like, Lee, I'm cold. Make me soup. But Lee is, as he likes to put it, he's a big hairy guy, and so he doesn't
do the pureed soup.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I'm good. Had a bowl. I'm good. It's making me hot.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't get cold.
Yeah, he doesn't
Lee
get
likes
cold.
the AC on in the wintertime.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
It's
So-
June right now, just so you guys know. And I have wool socks on because my feet are cold because I'm at your house.
yeah, it's freezing in here. But this is the way we podcast, and so
Yeah, so we have podcast socks.
yeah, it's the best way. Yeah, I don't make smoothies.
Yeah,
I don't make hummus. So it's not really fitting into like how we cook, I guess.
right.
So if you can imagine these 3 circles overlapping, frequency, convenience in the specified task. Like, is it
Yeah.
going to kind of take away some,
Frequency, convenience, and then what's the third one?
does it do what you need it to do for your taste, the way you cook, that type of thing?
Yeah.
I don't know quite how to.
Well, I think a good example of that would be like a knife, a
Oh.
good kitchen knife.
Mm-hmm.
There's several, as we all know, out there on the market, but everybody's hand is shaped differently.
Oh, yeah.
And so if the knife doesn't fit in your hand very well, then it's not a good knife for you.
Yeah.
Although it might be a great knife.
For somebody else.
Yeah. You have a knife in your drawer, I think. That's a perfect example of how it's not a great knife for your husband.
Yeah.
Because he's a big, burly man
Yep.
with big hands, and it's a delicate knife.
It's a really delicate, it's a
precise,
Oh.
beautiful, gorgeous.
well made, the sharpest blade. It's Japanese. I think it's a MAC, and we'll put that in the show notes. But it's a beautiful knife. But for Lee, it's too light for him. He needs something that has some heft in his hand.
Mhm.
And so one of his favorite knives of all time is this global vegetable cleaver. He loves that thing. He loves it.
Yeah.
I was like, I totally scored major wifey points because I bought that knife for him.
Nice.
So yeah, I think it depends on how you use it and if it's going to fit into how you cook and what works best for you. So that's why I feel like I'm able to justify the hot pot.
Yeah.
Because, the frequency of use is pretty small, right? I only use it twice a year or something like that. But then the convenience factor for its specified task is huge,
Mhm.
as well as does it work with the way we cook? And yes, it totally does. And so I feel like there's a lot of overlapping area
Right.
that justifies keeping the hot pot. That's personally my opinion.
Did you find other things that are more the unitasker field that you would keep?
Yes. And
What were they?
I want to shout out to OXO because I really love so many of their products. Like we have a ton of OXO stuff. So, but one of my favorite products is I have a scale that
Oh.
they created, and I want to say,
Oh,
whoever designed this, strong work.
That is a beautiful scale.
I know that's gonna sound dumb, but it was like $25 or something like that.
It's an OXO scale. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
It's an 11-pound capacity scale, so hopefully you can find it. But I just want to say, Sharon, I'm showing it to Sharon, so we'll have this in the show notes so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But so it has a really like a metallic top part where you can place your bowl or whatever you're weighing out. But have you ever been weighing out a ton of flour for bread before?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay.
Mm-mm.
So I run into that problem because sometimes we make like several loaves of bread and you need to weigh out a bunch of flour. And so you put the bowl onto the scale and unfortunately the bowl covers up the numbers. Like, so you have no idea how heavy or like what you've got right there. I just want to say this OXO scale is awesome, thebomb.com, because the reader face thing detaches.
What?
Yeah, and it's got a little cord, and it's not too long. It's like, 6 inches or something like that?
Sure.
And
but it
comes-
doesn't. Yeah. So when your thing covers up the numbers, you can just still pull it out and read it.
Yep, it's pretty well designed. And then it
So you
just,
can always be accurate.
yep, and it clips back in with a little bit of a magnet between the base and that little face. And it's so awesome. So whoever designed that, good work. Because I think you probably had the same problem with other scales that were out there, and you designed something that solved a problem.
Yeah, I haven't seen any other scales that do that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And I don't know. I think if something is well designed, somebody had a problem with it at one point in time.
Right.
And so they tried to figure out a way to make it not be that problem.
Awesome.
I know. So yeah, that's good stuff. I love design and kitchen tools because there's so many cool things out there.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I'm actually curious. Not readers. Our audience members, our listeners, what are your favorite kitchen tools and why? Is it a unitasker? A multitasker?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What were you going to say?
I don't remember.
Yeah. So tell us if you like your unitaskers, multitaskers, and tell us what they are and make a comment in the show notes.
Yeah.
I think my favorite would it's a toss up between my chef's knife and my bamboo stirring spoon.
Oh, wait.
It's a flat end.
Okay.
It has a flat. I mean, I love all of my wooden spoons.
Right.
They're a go-to in the kitchen because you can put them over the top of a pan and or a pot, and it's not going to boil over.
Yep.
I love that trick, but there's so much. I mean, I will cut meat with it sometimes if it's tender enough.
Oh. Yeah, because it's stiff enough to.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Remind me again. Is it a kind of flatter? Like the edge? Is it flat or is it rounded? It's not a rounded.
So the one that I'm thinking of, it has a flat edge, and so you can scrape the bottom of your pan with it.
Okay.
So it stirs and it scrapes, and it's good for browning meat and stuff like that too. And kind of you can pierce a little bit, like check your chicken to see if it's still pink on the inside, that kind of thing. I really like mine. I use it for so much stuff. You can make omelets with it.
Oh yeah.
Like it's really great for the scraping and everything. I love it.
It's simple, but it is
But the chef's knife, I mean,
tool.
that's a good knife is really important.
Oh,
a good
yes.
sharp knife is super important.
Yeah. It really makes a difference. When I was growing up, I didn't realize, a sharp, our knives were never sharp. I realize that now that Lee, he sharpens his knife every time he uses it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, he can chop through, everything. So
it makes a difference. I've worked in kitchens at friends' houses, at my own house.
mm-hmm.
I've gone through periods where we have no sharp knives.
Mm-hmm.
We have no nice knives.
Yeah.
But none of them are sharp. And it's actually quite dangerous. And I cut myself more often. I'm pretty accident prone. And I cut myself more often with a dull knife than I ever have with a sharp knife.
Yeah.
And when you cut yourself with a dull knife, in order for it to cut, you've got to gouge pretty hard.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem is you have to use more pressure
Right.
when you're using the knife. And so it's easy to get distracted because you have to put so much pressure there that like I have taken off chunks of skin before.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And
Most memorable was when I was at a friend's house for Thanksgiving and I was meeting his family for the first time and I was helping with making the dressing, the stuffing. And I was chopping vegetables and it wasn't an awesome knife and it was not a knife I was used to.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that happens. But I totally cut myself and was bleeding.
Oh,
and,
a lot?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That was an
On
awesome first
Thanksgiving?
impression.
Oh.
And only a little bit in the food.
Oh.
So we had to throw some of it out and it was gross. So, and I felt really bad and stupid. And it was awesome.
Made it a memorable Thanksgiving, though.
Yes, it was.
Oh man. Well, that's cool. Like, tell us what your like well-designed kitchen tools are. We want to hear about them. Like it's a fun topic, and we may revisit this as we talk about other things. Like, I think we should actually have a topic about knives and how those are forged made.
Yeah.
It'd be so fun. Let's find a knife forger person.
Yeah. If you know of any knife forger friends.
Tell them to call us.
Yes.
Or email us at hungrysquared@gmail.com.
Yes. Because we want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Our podcast is brought to you today by our awesome and food-loving sponsors. We are having before we introduce them, I just want to tell you guys that we are having a swag box giveaway.
Woohoo!
If you leave us an iTunes rating and review, you'll be entered to win one of our 10 swag boxes full of some of the goodies that we're going to be talking about.
I'm just going to say that's pretty dang good odds.
Oh,
1
yeah.
out of 10. I mean, like if you put in a review, that's a pretty good chance that you might get one.
Well, 1 in 10 swag boxes.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
I mean, for every review you'll be entered to win.
It's exciting.
So you can leave multiple reviews or encourage everybody in your household so you can guarantee that swag box will come to you.
Yes.
However you'd like to do that.
Whatever you want to do.
So our first sponsor today is Clear. That's XLEAR.com. They are the makers of Spry Gum.
Spry Gum.
They also make a really yummy product called Light and Sweet. It's a sugar substitute made from sugar. It has erythritol and xylitol.
Yep.
And the Spry Gum is made with that same concept of the erythritol.
Yeah.
And they have lots of yummy flavors. We actually got to go and tour their facility and see some of their research and development batches.
It was pretty fun. It was awesome to see kind of the background of that and that they want to make something that's good for, well, first of all, tasty.
Yeah.
And then second of all, kind of good for your mouth health, I guess is a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, they have lots of yummy flavors and they have lots of more flavors that they're researching.
Yeah.
Their flavors that they have right now are peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen, fresh fruit, green tea, and cinnamon.
Ooh.
And they have a special stronger, longer line. That's the cinnamon gum.
That's what I love because cinnamon gum always seems to pitter off when you don't want it to.
This stuff doesn't. Do you remember we tried some?
Yep.
And it lasted for a while.
Yep, it was awesome. So you guys check them out and give it a try. Give it a chew, I guess.
Give it a chew. That's XLEAR clear.com. And all of our listeners will be getting a discount if you enter the discount code HUNGRY10, that's HUNGRY10, all uppercase, at clear.com. And you can get 10% off your order.
And those folks who are winning one of our swag boxes get a 1 pound bag of the light and sweet. And you guys, that's enough to make a couple of batches of like brownies or something like that. So
you can make some cakes and brownies and cookies with that.
It's great. And you guys can try it out and see that this is a great product. And if you are needing to have something that has a lower glycemic index and it's non-GMO. I mean, it's great. It's
a
great
don't
product.
have to alter your recipe for it. It's a 1-to-1 substitute.
Yeah.
So it's easy.
It's pretty awesome. So we're excited to partner with Clear. And we're excited that they've given our audience members a great discount code. So check them out, you guys, at clear.com.
Our next sponsor is Smith's Food and Drug.
Woohoo! Okay, confession time.
Yeah.
We love Smith's, but we especially love the Private Selection brand. Have you ever used it, Sharon?
Yes.
Yes, I know you have.
I've had some of their Private Selection ice cream and tea.
Yeah. So let's talk about their ice cream really fast. That's the ice cream we go to. Every single time we are like, okay, let's get some ice cream, and we check everything else out. We're like, no, this Private Selection is where it's at because they have the flavors that we like, and like it's good quality too.
It is really good quality.
It's like really good quality, and they're just delicious. Like I had one that was pistachio and honey the other day.
Pistachio and honey?
It was so yummy.
No wonder they're your go-to. They have way more creative flavors than just your standard run-of-the-mill.
Exactly. And we love it. Like Lee loves this, I think this amaretto cordial cherry.
Oh, I had that one. It was
have that
so
one?
good.
Right? It's like super yummy. So they have some amazing ice creams. But the thing that I wanted to talk about is that we have, Lee has been using this balsamic vinegar from Private Selection. It's their balsamic vinegar of Modena. And it's a great little bottle, and it's imported, and it's nice and sweet, but not too sweet. But it's enough to like give a little bit of interest in your food. So he's been using it on everything, honestly. On our sandwiches, in our salads, in dishes that he's making, pasta dishes. I mean, everything. He's been making it in everything, using it with everything. So you guys, the Private Selection brand, I feel like is a really nicer brand than your usual quote unquote generic brand that a grocery store makes, you know?
Yeah, it's by far not a generic brand.
Yeah, it's awesome. So if you haven't checked them out, go look at some of the stuff. We're addicted to their chips. Just saying. Just try them out.
Chips.
Their barbecue chips are the best.
Oh, noted.
Yes. So you guys, so check them out. They have a lot of stores opening in your different areas. So just kind of keep an eye out for that. But the cool thing is that they donated some loose leaf teas. It's a new thing for them. These loose leaf teas in tins, and our swag box winners will get a tin of this beautifully fragrant loose leaf tea that you can try. And of course, there's a nice variety of, I think it's green teas and then also some herbal teas and such. So you'll see if you happen to win one.
Yeah. So enter a rating and a review on iTunes, and you'll be entered to win one of our swag boxes. And we're happy to partner with Smith's on this. We are so excited to promote them. We love their products. We use them all the time.
We totally do.
So thanks, Smith's.
Thank you, Smith's.
Let's have a food fight.
Food fight, food fight, food fight, food fight.
This is the segment where you can email us with your relationship questions relating to food. You can email us at hungrysquared@gmail.com.
Disclaimer, we are in no way professional relationship experts. But you should totally listen to us anyway. If you need professional help, please seek it out.
Food fight, food fight, food fight. The food fight segment of the show. Here we go.
This week's question is from a person called Working Through Lunch.
Oh.
They write in, my boss always recommends going to lunch at terrible places.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. We eat out together 3 times a week, and he usually picks. Therefore, his quote unquote seal of approval is no longer valid.
Oh.
How do I address this without losing my job?
Oh, that's not good.
Sincerely, Working Through Lunch. I'm going to guess that the seal of approval is only food related, but that's rough, man. That's rough.
That's pretty rough. So first of all, I want to say a comment, and there's no judgment, but you're going out to eat 3 times a week? Honestly.
That can get spendy.
It totally can get spendy. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So that's my first.
Silly.
I think you should start bringing your lunch, dude.
Have a pop.
Is this a dude?
It doesn't say.
Oh, okay. Well,
But dude or lady.
Dudette.
Yeah. Friend.
Maybe you should not go out to eat so much. I bet it's going to be good on your wallet and your waistline. Just saying.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not.
That being said, you could encourage potlucks.
Oh.
Maybe.
What do you mean potlucks? Like potlucks at work?
Yeah. So
for lunch?
Yeah. To encourage everyone to bring food from home, so you don't have to maybe spend as much. Bring something to share.
Oh.
That could be cheaper than going out to eat.
Yes, I think that would be a lot cheaper, actually.
But not everybody cooks, and so not everybody is usually into that idea. So
So
it kind of depends on what your coworkers, how that vibe goes.
so do you think this guy or gal's boss is probably not a cook either? They're going out that much, do you think?
Probably not. I mean, if I would hazard a guess. So I have a similar problem. I'm just going to put that out there. This is not my question. I have a similar problem.
Okay, pray tell. Pray tell.
Oh, my boss. So we go out to eat a couple times a month, and it's really fun, and it's a good like team building a thing for us. Like we just talk about stuff other than work.
You're
And
only
it's
going
nice.
out a couple times a month though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say maybe like 3 at the most. It's usually once or twice.
And who's buying? I think that figures into
Usually we all pay for ourselves.
Okay.
On occasion, my boss has been known to pick up the tab if it's something that's kind of work related.
Okay.
So if it's work related, he's okay picking up the tab because we'll get reimbursed for that if it's work related.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's cool.
So what you're saying
And
is
sometimes he's just really nice.
oh wow,
So-
that's always good.
Which is cool too.
Nice boss.
Yeah.
So what you're saying though is that you have a similar
I have a
situation.
similar problem, yes.
So
He picks terrible places. He likes buffets.
Should you be saying this on our podcast?
Sorry, my boss.
If you're listening to this right now.
But I tell him that, so I feel like that's okay. It's not anything I would say
Not
to his face.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'll totally say it to his face. He picks terrible places. And he does it because he thinks that like he's trying to get something that everybody likes because he wants everybody to want to go, which is awesome. And I
Right.
am all for that because, I mean, we do have great conversations and it's fun to hang out together.
How big is your team?
It's about 12 people.
Okay.
If we
So that's a lot
invite
of
kind of
people.
our extended team, then
Okay.
it gets up to about 15.
Well, I can see where he's coming from though.
Sure. I'm just going to say the buffets by our work, just so you know, we do not work in Las Vegas. So the buffets by my work are not good. We're not getting all you can eat lobster and crab.
Just a shame.
This is like, oof, it's bad news bears. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. So you've told him,
Yeah.
and has he done anything about it?
Well, he will pawn the choices off on us. So, like, if we veto his choice, which often happens, then he'll ask us to make another choice. But you have to factor in everybody has to like it, and it has to be a reasonable budget
Right. It's not going to.
budget friendly for
Yeah.
everybody. And so that's kind of a hard task, you know, because you don't want to eat burgers every time you go out.
Right.
Or, you know, not everybody likes everything. Not everybody's into pasta. Not everybody's into tacos, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So my first thought would be to suggest for this person that has written in that they need to kind of actually come up with a list themselves of backups.
Yeah.
And like, hey, I've been craving this la da 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 at this la da 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 place. What do you think about that for lunch? And see if they do that. Because like you said, I think people are pretty amenable to suggestions if they're like, you know, I really would love this. What do you think? And you know, don't get something that's totally out there that most people are like, I'm not feeling adventurous to try Ethiopian food or something like that. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not
sure.
saying, you know, I'm not dissing Ethiopian food, but that's maybe a little out there for a lot of people.
Something that's not as specific. And I think most places you go, like, so if your boss suggests someplace that it's like a terrible sandwich shop and you know that it's terrible and you know that every time you go there, the sandwiches are gross, suggest a good sandwich shop, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And pretty much at places like those, like you're going to get American food, quote unquote, like you're going to a chain restaurant or something. There's something on the menu that most people like, I can get a salad, you can get a burger, somebody can get a sandwich, somebody
Right.
can get chicken, you know, whatever. There's going to be, if the menu's a little bit varied, there's going to be, most of the time, there's going to be something for everybody.
Yeah.
But pay attention to the restaurants he's suggesting. If he's suggesting terrible Greek food, then go and get good Greek food.
It's make a list.
Make a list.
Make a
Consult
list.
Yelp. Get on Yelp.
Urban Spoon, whatever. There's a lot of resources out there, and maybe I would maybe see if your other coworkers, if you're going with other coworkers, if they have the same opinion, because maybe you have terrible taste.
Oh, that could be.
There's that possibility. You never know.
Yeah, maybe it is you and not them.
No judgment.
But yeah, and yeah, keep a list, keep an ongoing list, and talk to your boss about it. We talked to my boss about it. We're like, you suggest terrible places. We love you, and you suggest terrible places. Nobody wants to eat at that buffet
anymore. Thank you. So maybe you can be open with them. I really think that you can. I personally think you're going out a little too often.
Yeah, I cut that back.
Cut it back just a little, and then maybe going out once a week or something with the boss to a terrible restaurant wouldn't be so terrible. In the sense that, if you guys are going out to a terrible restaurant every, 3 times a week, if you only go once a week, that's not too bad, and you don't have to complain about it, and you can tolerate that one meal per week.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
true. Just,
you're not doing it all week long, just once a week. And then you'll still be in the good graces of your boss without having to tell him if you're not that type of person to tell somebody that they have terrible choice in restaurants. Like Sharon is much gutsier. I probably would be like, oh yeah, I totally love this place. This is great.
No way. I want everybody to know I have a food podcast and they should listen. I'm not going to endorse some crappy restaurant.
Sharon, all about honesty, man.
Honesty works.
It does.
Because, your boss can't be all lame. So he has one lame suggestion and it's about lunch. It's not even work related.
Yeah.
Everything he does at work is probably really stellar.
In fact, he probably is focusing so much energy on work that he may not have the capability to make the good decision. You never
it
know.
Could be decision fatigue.
Yeah.
Because he's got
totally. It's totally decision fatigue.
And I think that's the deal with my boss is decision fatigue.
He's
he's in meetings. He has more meetings than I do, and I have a lot.
Yeah.
And he's booked all the time, and he's got tons of projects going, and everybody wants him in on stuff. And so he can't think straight. So he's like, there's a buffet around the corner. That's all he knows.
Well, actually that thought is probably not bad because you're like a buffet that people can probably find something there.
Right. Exactly.
That's probably what he's thinking.
Yeah. And it's a good sentiment. It's just not good food. It's only a thing.
Hey, well, I think we've come to a consensus. Be honest and
avoid decision fatigue and bring your lunch.
Oh, that's not I really
plan
think
it the night before.
Yeah.
Bring your lunch.
And then you can just say, hey,
I got this lunch.
Yeah, I got this lunch. It's great. It's healthy. You want some? Hey, heck, if you were a good cook, make some for your boss. Yeah. And then it'd be like, now this guy, he needs a raise.
He needs a raise, and I will chip into his grocery budget.
Oh,
so you can make your boss lunch.
Yes.
That probably didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, but you should make your boss lunch.
And I think we're going to end right there because I think we're digging ourselves into a hole.
Yes, we are. Okay. Hopefully that works out for you, sincerely working through lunch.
Let us know how it goes.
I love not solving problems.
Yeah. See, I told you guys we were not relationship experts.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us today on our show. You can find us at hungrysquared.com, on iTunes, and on Stitcher. If you'll pretty please leave us a rating on iTunes, that will help other people discover our podcast, and we will be forever grateful to you.
Oh my goodness, we will love you. Love. Lots of food nerd love.
Woo-woo.
So join us next time for our next episode of Food Nerdering. See you later.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Hungry Squared, yeah, Hungry Squared.